Okay, so as you might have seen a little bit on LinkedIn, I've been in the corporate for about 27 years now. So as much as to other people, I still look young. I've been
Very
around.
Very young.
So during those years, met a lot of difficulties to a point because when you start. So in essence, after matriculating, my parents couldn't take me to school. So then business was the only thing. So I started selling pills, your golden products and whatnot. At the time, there was a competitor by the name Spotron. So I started selling pills and stuff like that. And that's how I started. So I saw at the time that, no, there is potential, in a sense of selling. It's just that if you don't really have a good idea, that's then where the challenges are. So with time, I managed to get employed at the bank. So I started from the ground, from being a teller and stuff. During retrenchment at the time, at the time I was really at the peak of my career, and I was looking forward to retiring in 2 years. Given the role that I was in at the time, and I felt it's time that I do something. So. But then from then being retrenched, then that's how Rhoda started. Because I was doing my final undergrad that year. So I submitted an idea during entrepreneurship module. And when the lecturer marked my paper, I said, hey, come here. You know what? This can be a business. Because at the time I had took a 3-legged pot, and I said, I want to be a mentoring and a coach, and I also want to train people because I believe we have the capacity to run our own businesses, in the future. I at the time, I think I hadn't researched enough, but being retrenched gave me an opportunity to then work harder to understand better. So that's how we started. And so Rhoda is as a business, we are mentoring and we are coaching both individuals and entrepreneurs. So for me, first when I started, I was more into personal development. But people, if you mentor them individually, they don't want to pay.
You don't want to pay.
So it becomes a challenge for them to always adhere to the processes and stuff. So then I moved a little bit. So if an entrepreneur wants to grow themselves personally and also improve their business, then that's the people then I will take as a collective then to build something out of those. So yeah, that's what we do as a business. And in essence, because the time that I was retrenched, I did my mentoring with a company called MBCI, Mentoring and Business Coaches International, based in Australia. So what I do is, if I have a lot of work on my hands, then I share with those guys and I give them, some of the people to mentor and stuff, given the challenges that I experience at times. But we are really working together as a team in a sense of making sure that we make that dent that we must make in the entrepreneurship space.